Hi, this is Anne from Song of the Sea in Bar Harbor, Maine. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to change a string on a Song of the Sea Kinderharp. This will work for a 7-string or a 10-string harp or any other Kinderharp that has zither pins on the tuning end and hitch pins on the anchored side on the left, and we use loop end strings. These are kind of custom made for our instruments. So if you have an instrument that has a different type of end to the string, there might be different instructions on how to change a broken string. With our instruments, we provide an info sheet that will work for the 7 or the 10-string harp. How you change the string is written out. We have more of these. If somebody would need one of these, just send us an email to mail@songsea.com, or go on our website, www.songsea.com. It will have a chart at the bottom that shows you what the string gauges are, and it's written down so you have the thickest strings at the bottom of the instrument on the left on your chart, going toward the thinner strings to the right. And we made a note on here that if you have a 7-string instrument, it won't have these upper 3 strings. But how you change your string and tune it would be a similar process. So first you want to get out your instrument, lay it on a flat surface with plenty of light so you can see what you're doing. Keep your eyes away from the strings because they are sharp on the ends. You may want to wear goggles, plastic goggles. You'll need your tuning wrench that came with the instrument. We usually use an electronic tuner, such as the Korg CA1 tuner. We also like the tuner clip that clips onto one of the tuning pins and goes into the input hole of your electronic tuner. It helps cut out background noise and make the signal a little bit stronger. And then you'll also need a side nipper here so that you can cut your string, and you may want to get a needle nose pliers ready too. So your first step will be to determine what string needs to be replaced. I have decided to change my 0.014 string, which is up toward the top of the instrument. If you had a broken string, then it would be fairly similar to what I'm doing. You'd want to put your tuning wrench on, and you loosen your pin 3 full turns. That would be the same as 6 half turns, and that will bring the height of the tuning pin to its original position before the string got put on. So I'm in the process of loosening, and I'm just going to take my tuner clip and put it on the loop end here so it'll be anchored securely, and I'm continuing to loosen until I get to my 6 half turns or 3 full turns. And now you're ending up so that your hole is in line with the shape of the instrument. There, you take that off and set that aside. If you had a broken string, it would be the same process. You'd still want to loosen it that same amount. Kind of make sure that your pins are equal height. In case it moved out of position, you may have to tap it in place or take your needle nose and pull it out a little bit. So you might want to sight down the end of it, and then you can see that they're all at the same height. Then you want to put your loop end string on the left. There'll be one end that'll be the end of the string is sticking up. It's a little bit sharp, so I usually point that down, kind of check it to make sure it's down, and then little fingers of children won't get stuck on a sharp point. And now I'm going to take my loop and I'm going to put it right here. If you don't have a tuner clip, you could have a friend hold it for you. Sometimes a clothespin will work, although that's a little bit bigger. So now you bring it in line, and this will get it at the right depth. So now you want to have your string come into the hole. Again, you want to line up your hole so it's coming at the correct position, and you bring it through, make it taut, and now take your fingers, and if you're, I have about a size 6 ring size, that'll give you an idea of my fingers, and I'm using about 2 inches of winding slack which for me is about 3.5 to 4 fingers, and I'm backing it up, and this excess wire will provide the 3 wraps of extra wire that you want. And now I lift that up at 90 degrees and I pull the excess string back at 90 degrees, and now I'm pressing down, and I'm going to put my tuning wrench on and give it about a half a turn, and now I pull that excess back. Some people like to clip it off at the beginning, some people like to wait. I usually do it toward the beginning, and you want to line up your needle nose, your side nipper here, so the flat part is against the shaft, and you want to leave about a 1/4 inch excess. Remember, this is sharp on both ends, so make sure you have plenty of light. And I'm kind of pressing it down with my finger, and the reason I did that 90-degree thing was it helps the string lay flat against the shaft of the tuning pin, and it doesn't stick out in midair. I'm keeping a little bit of tension on with my left hand as I'm tightening with my right hand, and that will help the winds go right one below the other and not get all jumbled up. And keeping a little bit of tension on. And I'm checking to see on this side the loop came up a little bit, so I'm going to loosen my tuning pin a little bit, press that down. So you want to have that be down. If you hear any buzzing, sometimes you have to loosen your pin a little bit and press down so that you don't have winds that are jumbled up on top of each other. So that's in place. And now I took the tuning clip off, and I'm going to put it on another pin that I'm not using right now. And this was my 4th string down from the top, so I'm going to turn on my tuning device, and right here, so that's this 3rd one, I guess, is the one I was just doing. And this note I want to be the 3rd note from the top, which is a G. And I'm looking on my electronic tuner. A little bit hard to see in the video, but I want it to say the note G. And your goal is to have it be right in the center where the green light goes on. And a new string will want to go flat, so you may have to tune it a couple times. Sometimes you can even tune a little higher and then press down on the string, and that'll stretch it out. There. And now you're all set. Thank you. Bye-bye.